If you are a white male and you kill a black person and you get charged with murder, but somehow you beat the charge, you get an invite to meet Donald Trump. That's right. That is the country we're in. Put it up full mass. Just to make sure you understand what's happening, Danielle Penny was Trump's guest at the Army-Navy football game. White privilege is being able to get away with murdering a homeless black man and get invited to a football game by the president-elect of the United States of America. Danielle Penny, who was acquitted this week of killing Jordan Neely during a confrontation on a train just a few days ago. During the confrontation on the train, he killed a guy. He's acquitted a few days ago. He joins the U.S. president-elect right after the acquittal. He's the guest of honor. They're not trying to hide it. They went on social media. They bragged about it at the Army versus Navy American football game.
I mean, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't really extend myself. I think this type of thing is very uncomfortable. All this attention and limelight is very uncomfortable. And I would prefer without it. I didn't want any type of attention or praise, and I still don't. Mm-hmm. The guilt I would have felt if someone did get hurt, if he did do what he was threatening to do, would never be able to live with myself. And I'll take 1 million court appearances and people calling me names and people hating me just to keep one of those people from getting hurt or killed.
But nobody was going to be killed. Nobody was going to be killed on that public transit. And that is a reality. He wasn't going to kill anybody. Brandon Gill says the country needs more Danielle Pennies and less Jordan Neelys.
It's great to be here all the way from North Texas. There we go, in the home in New York of the great patriot Danielle Penny. I don't know about y'all, but I think we need a lot more Danielle Pennies in this country because we have far too many Jordan Neelys.
But that is an incoming member of Congress giving you basically classism as the reason. Instead of saying this is just a horrible thing that happened, if you want to side with Penny, that's your opinion, but my goodness, the man should not. The man who died should be alive, right? You can at least have some level of compassion for the loss of a life. Penny, who became a conservative cause to celebrate, was pictured attending the game near Washington, D.C. with Trump and J.D. Vance. Ahead of the game, Ohio Senator Vance said in the post on X that he was, quote, grateful Mr. Penny, a former U.S. Marine, had accepted his invitation to be in Trump's suite on the Army side. They did the same thing with Kyle Rittenhouse. You see the routine here, right? Those who also joined Trump at the game, you got Mike Johnson, you got Tulsi Gabbard, which is ironic that Hillary Clinton was right about her. Ron DeSantis, or Ron DeSantis as he's known in the circle, Pete Hegseth, and Elon Musk. Yep, we're going to be just fine. Just one problem with Penny's last statement. A man who helped Danielle Penny restrain Jordan Neely on an Uptown F train, May 2023, lied to law enforcement after he learned Neely had died because he feared he would be charged with what? With murder, because that's what he saw. He was right there. He saw murder. Okay, so he lied. According to his own testimony at Penny's criminal trial, Eric Gonzalez, wearing the hat on the left, spoke and told police and prosecutors in his initial interview that he was on the subway with Neely and Penny. Gonzalez said Neely had tried to hit him, and that's why Penny was restraining Neely. He also told law enforcement that he and Penny, had let go of Neely, and he asked Neely whether he was okay, and Neely responded, yeah. All lies. And he admitted they were all lies because he was afraid of being charged with murder. Why would you be afraid of being charged with murder? Because that's what you know you participated in, until the police told you, or a lawyer told you, or a judge told you, and ultimately a jury told you did not. There is no group that has the authority on earth to truly exonerate you from what your heart knows. You will live with that. All right, Wos, thoughts?
Yeah, the photo op obviously is just an annoying, grotesque troll on the part of the right wingers. It's just more culture war BS that they're participating in. This idea that this guy somehow is a hero because he choked to death a dude having a mental health breakdown or episode is nonsense. It's pure nonsense. But for me, I mean, honestly, I'm most disgusted with what that congressman said. This idea that this is our system working. A system that basically leaves Jordan Neely out on the streets to fend for himself. A guy who admittedly has a violent background in terms of in his past. He did attack some elderly folks. Thankfully, they weren't like gravely injured, but he has a past of, when he's having an episode, a capacity to be violent, and our system just completely failed that person and left him to his own devices to just ride the subway and have the potential to encounter, folks like this Penny guy who are overly violent, quick triggered, problematic people. I think that guy should be in prison because it's my opinion that he acted recklessly. There's no two ways about it. Like, you killed a guy doing this, but I think the system, man, is just so lacking in empathy for these folks. And just this idea that like everybody, and I'm telling you, because progressives will say, no, Jordan Neely should never be compelled to have to take medicine that will make him feel better than how he's obviously feeling when he's off of it, which is a danger to himself and others. Those people will say, oh, leave him alone. And then we have these sicko people on the right who were just like, yeah, we don't need treatment facilities. We don't need to care for these folks. We can just leave them to their own devices and deputize citizens to take matters into their own hands quite recklessly. It's just a horrible set of circumstances all around as far as I could see it.
Yeah, and once again, it's an expression of broken systems, right? If you did not simply put pills inside of individuals who have a mental health disorder, not actually fixing anything, but trying to manage it and sometimes making it worse, then you have a more stabilized overall community who needs and will trust the help that they need as well.